All right, how we doing? This is definitely my last video of the day because I got to get to work here in a few. So I'm able to. I saw the article yesterday. I'm trying to pull it up. I don't know what I have to actually to plug in the prompt up at the top to get the article, but I've read enough literature as well as podcasts to make a pretty abreast story about this. Now I like to say this: just because Mr. Cosby got out, all right, maybe he was able to get his conviction overturned, all right, off technicalities and so forth, and basically that a confidential agreement was breached, and we'll get into that in a second. That doesn't mean that it was necessarily the right to do that, because yes, I do believe majority of those women lied, okay, or who knows, maybe he promised the world or whatever and got what he wanted out of them. They consent to it, and now, I don't know, 60 years later, they're complaining about it, okay? But I just think it was too many complaints for these prosecutors not to do anything, okay? Too many. And from my understanding, there was a case that happened out there in California at Hugh Hefner's house in 2008. So that actually was in there's like a certain like statute of limitations, so supposed to have been like what, 15, 20 years, something like that. But then nevertheless, it's like, why are they doing this? Pennsylvania prosecutors at the state court are trying to appeal the Supreme Court's ruling over releasing or overturning that 10-year jail sentence that Bill Cosby was serving, and he was getting released. I've heard echoes, maybe, I don't know, 18 months ago, that he was going to get a Supreme Court case and he was going to get released. And basically, despite all those complaints, again, there was a confidential agreement with some basketball coach, old man-looking basketball coach at Temple University up in Philly, I guess, that they'd alleged to have an affair with, and the seal was broken, all right, by the state of Pennsylvania. They wanted to give Bill Cosby something because he must have pissed somebody off. There was also allegations about he wanted to buy NBC, and then where his mansion is in Massachusetts, there's supposed to be an oil field out there, whatever, okay? But man, I'm gonna tell you, that's a cold business. When they change their mind, man, it's like all these celebrities and athletes say they got a file. Okay, some files are bigger than others, but when they decide they want to pull the plug, man, they'll concoct something, mess things up for you and your family. Excuse me. So back to the story. So I listened to some lawyer experts on NBC News yesterday morning, actually. And prosecutors at the Supreme Court, the Pennsylvania State Court actually do not have to prosecute. Not prostitute, but prosecute. My bad on that. Based on lack of evidence, whatever. All right. But I believe, again, somebody pulled some strings to unlawfully prosecute Mr. Cosby. Now, I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, all right, but they don't have to. It's complicated how I want to say that. But being that he was, quote unquote, wrongfully prosecuted because they broke that seal, okay, they turned around and went back on it. It's kind of like they turned around and went back on something that wasn't supposed to happen in the first place. You see what I'm saying? In a way, the experts were claiming that it wasn't double jeopardy, but it is double jeopardy in so many words. So an appeal has been filed with the Supreme Court. They haven't got back with the Pennsylvania State Court yet. I don't think this is going to go in fruition. I just think this is a lot of hype because they're sore losers, because Bill Cosby was able to find a way out. And it is what it is. So that's what it is. All right, a black man was able to find outsmart the system, were able to beat the system. All right. So I think from this, they're going to be tightening up certain laws on these statutes and limitations about this alleged behavior. Okay. Like they'll make it tougher for people in the future. All right. There will be, I believe, some reforms or some modifications. That's going to happen. So let me know what you think about the video. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, and if you want to donate, Cash App $ Winston Spivey or SPIVEW1 at unlv.nevada.edu for PayPal.